Hello Bookish babes, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't worry, so am I. So let's read and grow together and let's become friends. Subscribe and let's start a community. What? Let's do it. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Okay, what are we doing today in this video? Well, let's talk about it, shall we? Okay, we are doing a dark romance reading vlog. And to say I'm nervous is an understatement, baby. I have not really read many dark romances. I think I've read one a long time ago, and I think I have a reading vlog on it. But I think I also blocked it out of my memory because I hated it. And Matt told me, you hate dark romances. And so I was gonna be done with dark romances. But guess what's super popular now? Dark romances. And maybe I need to give them a shot again. And there are a lot of books that people are talking highly about that I feel like I need to try. And yeah, so maybe we're gonna find some new guilty pleasures in this reading vlog. We shall see. I'm so nervous. Okay. Let's talk about what we're gonna be reading. The books that have started this quest off, I recently followed Larry, and she is a reader. And she reads a lot of dark romances. And she says that her top tier dark romance guy is Zaid. And I was like, who is Zaid? And then I realized, oh, Zaid is from Haunting Adeline by, let me get her name, my gosh, H.D. Carlton. And if you are in the dark romance world, if you're in the book world, if you've just been around books, you've heard about this series. You've heard about Haunting Adeline and Hunting. Is that how it is? Haunting is first and Hunting is second. Those are the two books. It's a duology, and it's the Cat and Mouse series. And I think that this is, as far as top tier dark romances go, I think this is one of the beloved favorites. So we will be reading those two, but we will not be starting with that. So if we hate them, we shall see. I will give myself grace. If I absolutely cannot stand Haunting Adeline, I will not be going on to the next one. We will just play that series by ear. Following that up though, the other day we were just going through the bookstore and my Manzies picked out a book because he liked the cover and the sprayed edges. He was like, he knows I like to display books and stuff, so he's like, oh, this one's really cool. Are you into this one? I turn, I look at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so wild that you picked this one out, because Larry just read this one and she was like in love with it. So we're just following in Larry's footsteps, apparently, and we picked it up. So we will also be reading Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroux. And I'm sorry. I hope I love this one because it will be displayed because it's beautiful. Do I know anything about these books at the moment? No. I really do like going in blind, so we're gonna learn together. But I think this one is like a paranormal dark romance, whereas the other one, I think it's a stalking romance. Okay, that sounds bad. I don't know. But I think it might be. And then we're going to continue on and read another one. We gotta get different genres to see what's our vibe. What's our vibe? What do we like? The last one we'll be reading in this vlog is going to be Cruel Prince by, I'm so wrong. We are not reading Cruel Prince. That is a young adult. We will be reading Cruel King by Rina Kent. And that is the first, or book 0 in her Royal Elite series, and I believe that is a mafia family series. If Cruel King is just a few pages, we will pick up the next one in that series if we're liking it. I just at the moment don't know what the next one is. Let's look actually. Deviant King, Royal Elite. So we'll pick up both of those if I'm vibing. We shall see. I'm actually very nervous because I do not know how we're gonna do in this dark romance. Watch us just hate everything. Hopefully not though. Hopefully not. Anyways, I hope you stick along to learn if I love dark romances, and maybe you'll find out if you love dark romances. I'm just gonna preference this by saying I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but this is gonna be a reading vlog. I will be talking about quotes. I will be talking about things that are happening. I will be throwing fits if fits need to be thrown. So if you're worried about spoilsies, or if you don't like any kind of insight into the book, please click away now. Come back to me when you've read these books and see if we agree. But for now, I will see you in the next video. Okay. Are you ready? I am nervous. I personally am very nervous. What should we start with? I don't know. I'll have to think on it. I'm thinking haunting Adeline. Haunting. For the longest, this is almost like embarrassing to admit. For the longest time, I thought Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline were named Haunting Adeline. I thought they both were named Haunting Adeline. My brain could not process that the second one was Hunting. Like, it could not process that those two were different words. I was today years old when I learned it. That's embarrassing. Anyways, let's get to reading, shall we? I think we shall. I'll see you when I've chosen my first one, and we will go from there. I'm nervous. Okay, no more stalling. Let's go. Go pick up a book. Okay, I'll see you there. Let's read. Hello, my bookish babes. Okay, so I have started Haunting Adeline, book 1 in the Cat and Mouse series. I'm not that far into it. I'm on chapter 4, and so far I'm icked, but we're gonna give it a fair chance. Okay? I have to keep remembering dark romance. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. But that's just the quick little updates. Why I felt the need to take a sip of water right in the middle of a sentence, I'm not sure, but I sure did. And so we will check in soon with a actual update. Okay. Bookish babes. Okay, I am like 45-ish% through Haunting Adeline, and you know, this was a choice. This was a choice, that is for sure. I'm not saying I hate it, and I'm definitely not saying I love it, but I'm just saying this was a choice. I get the appeal. I do get the appeal for people. I understand that, and I understand it's a dark romance, so I'm trying not to be too judgy, but there's just certain, I feel like, character, plot, like, what is it? What is the, because it's not really plot holes, it's more like character holes that I just feel are pretending like, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that I do not feel that our character, our main male character, would be doing what he's doing, because it kind of goes against everything he stands for, so it makes no sense. So there's a huge, to me personally, it's my personal opinion, a huge character hole with him, because it, you're telling me your job is what it is, only for you to do what you're doing to her. I don't know. I'm still reading it though. And like I said, I am not hating it. Nor am I like absolutely obsessed in love with it. But I'm having an okay time, so I'm gonna continue to read it, because it's not like I'm I'm not like rage boiling over. The story is keeping me invested. I think I know there's like a side mystery going on. I think I understand what the side mystery is, and what happened, but I'm still like invested in that, want to know what's going on. I will say the Adeline, she's not my fave. She's not my fave. She's just like, she's gotten better as the book's progressed, or as the book has progressed, but the first little bit I was like, ooh, but I'm trying to ignore that. I'm trying to ignore that and put that in my head, and I just keep telling myself, like, this is a dark romance. This is kind of the whole point of this book, is for it to be kind of dark and kind of question why you're enjoying it. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're gonna continue to read, and I will check in soon. I will check in soon. Yeah. Okay, bye. Wish me luck. Is it gone? I think so. Good morning, friends. Okay, so I'm about 70-ish way through Haunting Adeline. And you know, it's just all right. I get the appeal. I get the appeal on a dark sense. I understand. I knew what I was getting into. And it's not really the dark romance that's getting me. It's more just the length of this story. It does feel like too much of the same thing is happening in different ways, I guess. It's like the same thing. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. Dark romance. Again, it's not the romance, the darkness of the romance, even though it's like, yes, it's like, I get it, it's like a guilty thing to like be into. So I do get the appeal of that. But this book is so fucking long. Why is it 588 pages? Tell me. Like, I guess I just did not realize that when I was getting into it. And then like, when I was like thinking that the book was like going to be ending, and I realized like, oh, I still have, what was it? I still have 8 hours left in this book. I was like, what? Look, like, hold on. Look, was on page like 354. I was like, huh? It's so long. I feel like it's never gonna end. I'm just gonna be in this twisted dark romance for all of eternity. So yeah. Ooh, it's fun. I'm having an okay time though, you know? I'm not having a bad time. I mean, I'm still picking it up and reading it. Part of me is picking it up and reading it as much as I am is because I just kind of want to be done with it. But also I already have in my brain like thought, okay, I will continue this series. One, for this vlog, but two, like I am, I guess, curious. I don't know. I don't really know what I am. Maybe I'm just doing it for the vlog. I don't know. But it's not like horrible where I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. You know, because this is my year of DNFing. Like, I will DNF if I'm not into it. So it's not that. I'm not having a bad time. I'm just having a very long time. Very long time. So there's that. But that is the updates. I'm hoping that I can get it finished today. We shall see. We shall see what happens. Yeah. So there we are. Okay. Check in when I'm finished, maybe? Or check in if something crazy happens. Okay. Bye. Hello, bookish friends. Okay. So I have officially finished Haunting Adeline. And yeah, it was decent. I would say I'd give it a 3 stars. As far as the dark romance went, it was lusty and it was a romance and it was dark. But as far as the length of the story and what felt like a very repetitive thing, I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy. It's just very repetitive over and over again. And it felt like it was never gonna end, but it finally ended and we made it through. The thing is, and of course, that ending. Let's talk about the ending, of course. I wasn't aware of the ending and what the ending was gonna be. And it did that to us. Now it didn't. I'm a little bit afraid to read the second book as I've done a little recon, and she fears that she fears it's going to involve some things that I just personally do not enjoy. And maybe from what I'm reading, it isn't just once, it's a lot, repetitive. So yeah, I don't know. We thought it was all fun and games until we get into like an actually dark and weird situation. So we shall see, we shall see. I thought I was gonna just jump right into the next book. I'm hitting pause on that, and we will see how we feel after we read another dark romance. I have not given up on my dark romance journey. I'm just a little bit afraid of hunting Adeline, because yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I know the triggers, and one of them is just not what I like to consume when I'm doing reading. I don't like to feel that way, but I fear for myself, because I fear I've started this journey, and do I have to see it through? I think I might, but we shall see. Okay, do you like my ominous vibe I've got going on right now? I'm about to shoot a podcast and another video for Bookish channel. So anyways, that is the update. That is how I'm feeling. Yeah, the next time you will see me, I will be starting a different book, another dark romance, different series. Okay, what one shall it be? We shall see. I will see you there. Catch you soon. Good morning, Bookish babes. All right, I have a coffee, so cheers to morning vibes, I guess. It's Sunday, so what a perfect time to start another book. We're moving on to our next dark romance. I have decided to forego hunting Adeline for now, just because I'm very nervous about the content of the first 22 chapters, if what I've read is correct. So yeah, we're just gonna forego that. We shall see by the end of this if I want to give it a go or not. We'll see. But we're gonna move on to Her Soul to Take, with the beautiful sprayed edges. And I also took a peek underneath the, you guys, that is stunning. Okay, I cannot handle how beautiful that is. Okay, so we'll definitely be reading without the book sleeve for a little bit as well. But yeah, I'm very excited to move on to this one. This one is the dark romance, dark academia, or not dark romance, academia, paranormal, dark romance. I already said dark romance, right? Yeah, that's this. So it's got a lot, and people love this one, so I can't wait to also love this one. And I think as far as the spectrum goes, from dark romance to haunting Adeline, and then like this one's like a little below intense on the spectrum. I don't know what the I don't know what the starting scale would be, because I'm new to this. I drew a blank, but like I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a lot less morally questioning and more like lusty, and you're like, okay, because paranormal, so you can kind of let it be a little bit. Yeah, and then like on the very end, I would feel like the cat and mouse pretty intense, especially what I know of the second one. Anyways, we're gonna stop talking about that, and we're gonna move on, and we're gonna start this one, and I'm very excited for this one. This is the only physical copy of the dark romances we're gonna be reading that I actually have. But this one was accidental, to be honest. When we were at the bookstore, my my Nancy picked it out because he thought the cover and the sprayed edges were so cool, and he knows I like to decorate with books, and he was like, this would be an awesome one. He didn't even know how cool the inside looked. So what a pick. And he didn't even know that I was planning on doing this vlog, so it worked out. So we got this one, and what I know of this one is we're going to be following two people, clearly. Let's see, what are their names? Leon and Ray. And I believe, okay, let's just read the little blurb. That's my favorite thing to do. A college student may have unleashed an irresistible darkness, a soul-hungry demon who might be her only chance at survival in the dark romance series debut. Oh, this is a best-selling author, TikTok sensation, Harley Laroux. Okay. Let's do it, shall we? Enough blabbering, let's just get into it. Let's read, drink our coffee, and see what we think. And I will check in soon. I'm gonna read until we go to brunch, and then, yeah, I will check in eventually. Let's do this. Okay, catch you there. Bye. A creepy book for my favorite creepy girl. We love to see it. Girls supporting their girls, you know? I really enjoyed that. Back to reading. Hello, Bookish friends. Okay, so I am about 30% through Her Soul to Take, and I took the dust cover off today just because I really do want to read with this gorgeous little, what is this called? Hardcover. I don't know. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's a easy read, and it's far more mellow of a dark romance, at least for now. I don't know where we're getting, you know, or where we're going, but at the moment it is not as intense as Haunting Adeline. One day I'll get those two correct. So yeah, it's far more like easygoing, not as intense, quicker read, so I'm kind of flying through it and I'm enjoying it, and this is a story I can get behind for now. We shall see what continues. You know, I'm only 30% in, so we could very much change our tune soon. So I'm going to continue to read, but that is the little update. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day. Look at these cute little gnomes. Yeah, so let's continue to read. Oh, let me talk about it a little bit. So, like I said, this was a paranormal academia dark romance. I love the school vibes, I love the paranormal vibes, and I also love the banter and the sass between main character Raylan, or Ray, and also Leon the demon. Okay, they're very funny and he's very funny, and it's also very funny because he's a demon, but he like still is like in that college life in a weird way. So that I just find like pretty hilarious and silly. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the banter, I'm enjoying the characters, and I'm enjoying the spectrum of this dark romance, where it's far less intense. That's the only way I can really think about describing it, is that this is way less intense than Haunting Adeline. And Demon is silly because even though he's like, I do what I want, I'm a badass, I'm still gonna give her a safe word. And we love that. We love that. So yeah, we shall continue. I really just, this cover is stunning. I cannot get over it. But we're gonna continue reading and I will check in with you guys soon. Okay, see you then. friends. Okay. I have had a busy week, so I'm not reading this as fast as I thought I would, even though I am flying through it. Every time I have like the chance to sit down and read, I am gobbling it up, okay? So I was reading last night. I have a quote that I have to share. I have to say, I'm enjoying Her Soul to Take far more, I think, than I did Haunting Adeline. The plots of the story is much more enjoyable and not so real life and intense, and the relationship between the two, Leon and Raylan, is much more, it's dark but not dark. So we are learning there is a spectrum to dark romance, and this is on the spectrum of low-key, easy, lusty, not so guilty pleasure, you know, like. So anyways, Leon says to her, this had me gagged yesterday, okay? I really fucking want your soul, Raylan. I want it so goddamn badly, it makes me sick. I want to own you from now and until eternity. I'm sorry, hot. Hot, okay? Wow. Wow. We are blushing. We are feeling things. Hot. So that is just a little quote I wanted to share, a little update I wanted to share. Where am I in the book is a good question. Let's find out right now together. 29. I'm on chapter 29, page 264. So, you know, we're more than halfway through, I would say, just a tad bit more than halfway through. And I was going to try to get this book done, but before Thursday, when a lot of things are happening, but I just don't think I'm gonna have that chance. So I am going to be reading as much as possible today or later tonight, and hopefully I can update you before craziness happens. We have like a wedding that we're going to, and a bunch of people are coming into town. It's a party pretty much. So that is that's happening. And from Thursday till pretty much Saturday or Sunday morning, we've got things going on. So we'll see as much as possible, but I still have a lot to do. Spontaneously hosting a stranger is very nerve-wracking, but you know, I'm doing it. And yeah, I think that we are continuing to love this story. We are continuing to love their relationship. The banter between Leon and Raylan is really, really funny to me, and I really like it. There was one point where, this might be a slight spoiler, please, so if you don't want to hear it, just skip a little bit forward. Hopefully post editing or editing somewhere knows how to put a timestamp in, and hopefully it's somewhere on the screen. But at one point he's a demon, so he's sleeping in her house. He just like passes out, and he passes out for a few days in her house, and she's like, I need to control him enough to make him like help me and protect me, but I can't give him my soul. Like I'm not really down with that. So she does like an internet search on how to like make a binding circle or whatever, and when he wakes up, she's on the phone with her dad, and the way he screamed, it made me laugh so hard. The way, and then what happens, how he gets out of the binding circle, hilarious. Hilarious. It was so good. That scene was probably my favorite scene so far in this book. It was so good. But yeah, their banter, hilarious to me. So yeah, that's the updates. I will probably see you guys in the next few days. Maybe when I will probably catch up with you guys when I actually finish this, and this week is come to a mellowed out point, if that makes any sense. I don't think it does. Okay, see you guys eventually soon. Okay, I have finally finished Her Soul to Take, and I don't mean I finally finished in a bad way. I just started this a little bit before a very busy week, and then once that week kind of tapered off, we recovered, and I finally took time to sit down and get back into it and read it, and I really loved it. And this book taught me that there's definitely a spectrum to dark romance. Also, it's my birthday, so happy birthday to me. I need to adjust this a little bit. It's looking down for some reason. Anyways, this one was so like cutely adorable. And I guess the reason this one's considered more dark is because we're dealing with a demon. And we're dealing with some sacrifice cult like issues. So definitely very different compared to Haunting Adeline. And so this is a series that I 100% plan on continuing, and I'm hoping I can get the next two in this edition. But yeah, I really enjoyed Leon and Ray. I thought they were funny. Did I find at times it was a bit cheesy? Yes, but I didn't care. So that's why I'm giving it a 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. 3 for me is like good. You know, like I guess sometimes in book world 3 is bad, but no, it's like a good book to me. 3 is, I'm vibing with it. Yeah, so I have finished it. I enjoyed it, and now we are going to move on to the last book in this reading vlog, and I believe that is, do I know what it is? Let's think. Cruel King by Rina Kent, I believe. Oh my god, am I getting better at this? I don't know. I believe that's going to be the last one because I am still very much on the fence about Haunting Adeline. So I think I'm just going to call it with 3, and unless I find another one in there that I could throw in that comes my way. We'll see. But yeah, so the next time you're going to see me, I'll be reading Cruel King by Rina Kent, and I'm assuming, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I'm assuming that's gonna lie in the middle, whereas this one's dark romance but light and campy and cute, and then there's Haunting Adeline where it's very dark, very, very serious and dark. And then I believe Cruel King is going to fall somewhere in the middle. That's my thought. But I could be so very wrong. We shall see. But yes, so I cannot wait to display this one. Beautiful, beautiful edition. Hoping to go find the other 2 in this edition because I'm excited to read about them. And that is that. So yeah, on to the next, I guess, and I will see you there. All right, see you there. Hello, friends. Okay, we're back, and we are on our final dark romance book of this readathon. We have done the first in the cat and mouse series, Haunting Adeline. We've then read Her Soul to Take, the first in that series that I can't remember the name of at the moment. And now we are going to read Cruel King by Rina Kent, which is the first in the Mafia romance series. I don't think that's the name. Anyways, what I believe of it is that it is a mafia romance. So we've done a stalker romance, a paranormal romance, dark romance, and now mafia romance. Wish us luck, because we have started at a very intense side of dark romance and then went to probably the most mildish side of dark romance. Where will Cruel King fit in this? We will find out. We're going to start it. I'm going to start reading, and I will check in with you guys very, very soon with my initial thoughts. Okay, see you there. Hello, Bookish babes. Alright, so for everyone who this entire first part of the vlog have been screaming at me that Cruel King is not about the mafia, don't worry. I figured out that I was a dumbass pretty fast into reading this. In fact, not a dark romance about mafia. It is a high school bully romance. Now, had I known that, I don't know if I would have picked it up, but I'm glad I have because I'm enjoying it. But I do feel very, very silly. So far, I'm liking it. I'm like 33-ish% through. We're following Levi and Astrid. And yeah, I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to give it away just in case you want to read it. And also I don't know much that's going on, but it's like just a typical like high school in the UK drama with rich families. And kind of like a Romeo and Juliet. They don't want the families don't want them talking to each other because of their last name. And then Mr. Levi is like top dog at their school and kind of an asshole, but he's like not so much an asshole to her, even though he kind of in the beginning was a little bit of an asshole, but then he's like, oh my god, I'm feeling bad. So now he's being like super protective of her. Yeah, and then she's just kind of like a wallflower dealing with some trauma and also dealing with Levi, where she's like, I don't want nothing to do with you, and I don't think you're cool just because of your last name. So that's where we're at, and I'm gonna drink some coffee and continue to read Cruel King, not a mafia romance. Okay, check in soon. Bye. Okay, so I'm about 50% through Cruel King, and I'm enjoying it. Clearly, I'm kind of flying through it. It's exactly what I said just a little bit ago. Hasn't changed, imagine that. Bulky high school romance, which isn't quite my thing, but I'm not hating it. Like, yeah, it is silly that they're in high school, and it makes sense though that they're like rich kids, because that's the only way they would have all this free time on their hands and be getting away with half the shit they're getting away with. Yeah, she's definitely getting under his skin. Astrid is definitely getting under Levi's skin. And Levi, he's like a little softy for her. We love that. Hates everyone, softy for her. Yeah. There's the plot of what's happening. I'm very curious on how that's going to play out. You kind of already know part of it, but something's happening with that side. It's like, it's the plot, but it's also the side plot. The real plot is their romance, but something happened in the beginning of the book that is pushing her to like fight for justice for herself, okay? But something is developing with that I'm like, can we trust this person of power? Or is he like trying to set her up? And I think he's trying to set her up. And I think her dad's trying to protect her, but he's like doing a shit job of like being good to her in any sort of way. So yeah, I'm trying to be as vague as possible without spoiling, okay? But yeah, that's that. I'm gonna keep reading. I think I'm gonna get a lot of this done today. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'm gonna get very close because I'm just gonna continue to read. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. I'm just enjoying it. I enjoy their banter. I really enjoy the amount of like push and pull they're giving each other. And Levi kind of makes me laugh because he is like an asshole, but not really. And yeah, so I'm really good at book talk. Anyways, this dark romance is weird because it's also like on a scale, but I would say I'm closer to God, how many times am I gonna say honestly, the way I'm gonna have to edit all that out. I would say closer to Her Soul to Take. Like, it leans closer to that one, though the group of boys, because it revolves around a rugby team, or I think it's rugby, I don't know. They call it football, but they've also mentioned rugby, so I think it's rugby. But the way the group of boys, this team, talks about the females in their life, you're just like, pause. So I understand why some people just can't vibe with it, but it's also like, if we're being real, kind of accurate, I think, for high school boys who are like the popular kids and get what they want and are rich. So I feel like, to me, that kind of hits the nail on the head pretty accurately. So it doesn't bother me as some of the reviews make it seem. Not that I'm excusing it, I'm just saying it's pretty accurate. Yeah, so I shall continue reading and update you if I have anything else more to say. So far, yeah, I'm liking it, and I think I'm going to continue on with the series because now I'm introduced to all the, I'm assuming this series is going to be following all these characters in this team that we are meeting. Could be wrong, because I was wrong about it being a mafia dark romance. So, I mean, is she right ever? But I do think that the story is gonna follow some of these, at least some of the characters that we are meeting currently. This one is technically book 0 in this series, so it is a standalone. You do not have to read it for the series. What's it called? Don't know. God, let me find out. I'm the worst. Give me 1 second. The Royal Elites. So yeah, okay, that makes sense because the Royal Elites is their school. So this is like technically book 0. Standalone, don't need to read it to read the rest. I'm assuming that Deviant King, the book 1, is going to be Aiden, Levi's cousin. And then I'm assuming that the next few books are going to be his like best friends. And I think we've been introduced to Kimberly, I think that was her name, at the football game, who may be a love interest in one of the boys' life. Could be wrong. I mean, like I said, girl is not good at knowing what she's talking about. But yeah, I think that that's what we're doing here. Could be wrong. We'll see. But I think I'm gonna continue the series. Let's see how this one ends. I have to like actually finish it, but so far I'm enjoying it, and so far I feel like I could continue. I could continue. Yes. All right. Did any of that make sense? I don't know. Does my bun want to stay like the way I want it to? Absolutely not. It's refusing. So cool. Cool. Check in soon. Bye. Good morning, my bookish babes. Okay, so I finished Cruel King and I really enjoyed it. I kind of ate that shit up, to be honest. It was a pretty easy, fun time. So here are my final thoughts, because I did not update that much because it wasn't a lot to update on. It was just like exactly what I told you it was in the beginning when I finally figured out it was in fact not a mafia romance. It was a high school bully romance, and I fucking ate it up. There were, it's, you know, it's written for adults. It's definitely not in a like a young adult book. It's definitely written for adults, and so there, but it's written as if it's for, as if you're in high school, because hello, it's a high school bully romance. So like our main characters are just like rich kids in a very fancy rich school dealing with rich kid bullshit. And so there was a lot of like high school drama that it read like a high school TV, like a drama on a like TV show. Stuff that happens, but like way more outplayed than it would normally be, I think. And so, yeah, I would say that the ending, like wrapping up the actual plot of the story, was a little bit rushed. But I was happy with the ending. I was happy. I did eventually see what was going on about halfway through the book, or actually probably less than halfway. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not, the plot isn't really the main point. The lusty romance is. The romance was good. I liked their banter. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time, and I will continue to read Rina Kent, because as far as dark romances go on the spectrum, it felt closer to Her Soul to Take. I know people in the like in the Goodreads review section, I know a lot of people kind of talk crap about this book because of I don't know, like, let's see. Let me go to it real fast. Let's see some of the comments I saw. Okay, so I guess people are complaining about them being so dramatic, but hello, that's kind of the point. It's a high school romance book, you know? So there are a few complaints with it. I think the drama, and a few of the things that happen during the lusty scenes. But again, high school drama, bully, one that's very like obsessive. So I don't know, it all fit for me. I try to remember when I get into a book what we're reading here. I'm not, you know, I understand what I'm getting into. But yeah, so I feel like as far as dark romances go, it fell on the very closer to the Her Soul to Take. The teenage boys, it's a bunch of teenage boys on a, I believe, like football. It's in the UK, so it's like a rugby team. And the way they talk about girls and stuff, kind of shitty, but it's like kind of on point for teenage boys, you know, very accurate for that type of boy. I feel like a rich kid, you know, like he's not rich but his parents are rich and he's got shit going on, and then all they do is party, smoke, play ball, and have sex, you know? So they don't have the respect for females, but that's what this whole series is about, I think. So this was book 0 in the series, and so it is a complete like standalone to the following Royal Elite series, which they introduced all of those characters, and I believe the next book, and I think the next 3 books actually, are gonna be about Aiden, the cousin of the main character. Goodness, what is it? I forgot his name already. Damn. What's his fucking name? I don't know. I know her name, Astrid, and then, yeah, I forget his freaking name. But I believe, anyways, whatever his name is, I think the next 3 books are gonna be about his cousin, Aiden. And he's a little antisocial or something. So yeah, I will continue this series. I will continue Her Soul to Take, and then we're thinking about the Cruel King, or I'm sorry, the Cat and Mouse series. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna continue on in this series. I think it does what it's supposed to do, and as far as dark romance goes, it's on the Her Soul to Take. A little more like inching itself up to darker, whereas Her Soul to Take, her demon really protected and like, yeah, it was a little less dark, I would say, whereas this one had some themes that I was like, ooh. But yeah. Okay, so I have finished the 3 books that I set out to read, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I forgot to tell y'all that I gave Cruel King a 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good for what it was. So yeah, I just hopping in here to remedy the fact that I forgot to tell you guys that. Thank you. Now you can meet future me to do a wrap up on this reading vlog, our dark romance reading vlog, and we'll figure out how I feel in general about romance. Not romance, dark romance. Go on, go meet her, she's waiting for you. Well, hello my bookish babes. Okay, so I have come to the end of this dark romance reading vlog, and I want to just kind of wrap it up and talk to you about my final thoughts and what do I feel. I don't know why I said it that way, but how I'm feeling about dark romance and just the vibes that I have read. Well, let's just recap our journey. First of all, I started with Cat and Mouse series, Haunting Adeline. I moved on to Her Soul to Take, and then I rounded us out with Cruel King. I think I probably started with the wildest of wild when it comes to dark romance. So at first I was a little like shell-shocked. Not that I did not like that book. I had my gripes with it, which you already know because you've watched the entire video, if you're here, right? But it's the second one that I'm very on the fence on if I want to read or not because of the content of the first solid part of the book. So when I finished that one, I was a little bit nervous because I was like, what am I getting myself into? Then I jumped into Her Soul to Take and I loved it. I had so much fun with that one. It was so fun. And I cannot wait to finish that series. I'm really hoping, I literally can't talk today apparently. I'm really hoping that I can find the other two in the special edition that I got for Her Soul to Take. And then yeah, once we got to Cruel King, I was like, okay, I'm learning there is a spectrum to dark romance. I just happened to go all the way to the crazy side right off the bat. And then I got into Cruel King. And I also really enjoyed Cruel King. Now, originally I thought it was a mafia romance. I thought it was gonna be more adult themed. This one was spoiled high school little brats, really. Spoiled rich high school little brats. So there's a lot of high school drama, and that's kind of what it was about, high school drama and lust. But I still enjoyed it for what it was. And although that one fell a little bit closer to the medium that I think exists on the scale of dark romance, it was still nothing compared to Cat and Mouse. So I had a good time. I had a good time, and I'm going to continue to read dark romance because I had a good time and I enjoyed the heck out of them. And I have a whole list of more dark romances that I want to get my reading eyes on. Will I continue the Cat and Mouse series is really the big question. Do I move on to hunting Adeline? By the end of the series, or by the end of the book for Cat and Mouse, I was annoyed by the main character just because I felt that what he was doing fell outside of his whole thing. But by the end of the series I was like, okay, I'm kind of vibing with them. I'm kind of vibing with their weird fucking stalker love. But then the ending, and of course it's a cliffhanger, and you're just kind of like, and we all should have seen it coming. I mean, we all should have seen it coming from the whole time. But yeah, so I immediately like started looking into, you know, basically the trigger warnings on that, and I am so concerned. So I need y'all's help. I need you to tell me, is it worth it? Do I read it? Do I continue? Do I finish the Cat and Mouse series? Oh my gosh, excuse me. Do I finish the Cat and Mouse series? Is it worth it? I do not know. I need y'all's opinions and your thoughts without spoiling it. But that is the end of today's reading vlog, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I had a good ass time just reading all these books and starting new series that I 2 out of the 3 I'm confident I'm gonna continue reading, so I think that's a positive. I think we've done good so far. But yes, let me know if you enjoyed this video down below. Let me know what you think about the second book of Cat and Mouse if you've read it, and let me know what kind of reading vlogs you would like to see from me next, because I really have so much fun doing these ones, and they're a little bit different than daily or weekly vlogs, and I can keep up with them a little bit better. So I cannot wait to hear what y'all have to say for that. And yeah, I guess that's the end. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you subscribe and follow me on my reading journey, and let's become reading friends, okay? Until the next video, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your time and day, and I will see you next time. Happy reading. Bye.